Good morning, everybody. It is 7:40 in the morning on Saturday, the 23rd. Um, the reason why I can do an early morning video instead of waiting until later, sorry, I got neck pains, is my sister-in-law, Julie, has gone back to Vegas for 10 days. Um, so I don't have to worry about keeping quiet until at least 10 o'clock in the morning because this thin wall between where my office is and her room is. I said her room because temporarily until Julie feels Jerry is out of the woods or I'm off for the summer, whatever, um, Julie is temporarily housing or living with us, which, hey, I was grateful for when she got here. I'm still grateful that she's been here. I'm grateful that she said she's coming back. So everything in the Jerry care department is pretty much covered. Um, yeah, pretty much. I'm not gonna talk about certain aspects, but Jerry had a hard time sleeping, so she's still asleep. I had a hard time getting to sleep. I literally, my brain and my body was just like go 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 until I'd say closer to 9:30, 10 o'clock. I hit the proverbial brick wall, and literally I started like stumbling around like I was either drunk or so overly tired that my body didn't want to function properly. So walking was the last two things I had to do before going to bed to sleep. I literally felt like a drunken sailor. But that was just me. I mean, I don't know why I couldn't settle down or feel like I needed to go to bed until I was, yeah, uncoordinated, that kind of thing. And what made me go, what in the heck is wrong with my body? No alcohol, no drinking. The only thing I could think was my medicine was making me so drowsy or so ready to fall asleep. This is the only thing I can think of. Which normally by the time I take my medicine, I'm laying in bed anyhow, so I have no idea. But other than Jerry Ann feeling, I don't know if I want to say depressed or what, but she was just, yesterday she was just in one of those funks because Julie was gone. At least that's what she said to me. So I'm like, okay, but she's going to be back in 10 days. I think part of it is I still have my issues with dealing with the whole idea of, the cancer situation. And it's kind of like one of those, like, where do you draw the line because of the situation? Do you just do everything that needs to be, not needs to be done, but is asked for? I mean, I can handle the occasional, thankfully she's making it to the bathroom now, the occasional she had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and didn't think she could make it all the way to the toilet. Or, she's waking up, she wants a cup of coffee and wants to know what we're having for breakfast, or well, what's our next meal, do I have any plans for dinner, that kind of thing. Which, well, she's sleeping, so she doesn't need the coffee just yet. What we're gonna have for dinner is still kind of up in the air because I don't know what kind of food stuff we have. Julie, I love her to pieces, but it's like I've had more chicken, excuse me, more chicken or, yeah, most of our meals are chicken of one form or another, with vegetables of some sort. I'm not saying that that's all she cooks, but just it seems like I have to sit down and make a grocery list so I can put in for a pickup order at Walmart for tomorrow morning or late tonight, and then decide what kind of dinner I'm making. Of course, there's a lot of leftovers in the refrigerator because Julie wanted to make sure there was enough food for Jerry. Well, the foods that Julie cooks extremely healthy, but I don't know if it's my biological system not knowing what to do with all this good food or what, but not going into a lot of details, it's been difficult on my digestion. But I'm not complaining because, hey, somebody's cooking while I'm working, so it's a trade-off. Basically, it's a good trade-off. But anyhow, I have not done a video practically all week. I had tried to do a birthday video, but well, with the factor that Jay wanted to throw me a mini party, I got distracted from doing videos. But I think I said it once before, is during the weekdays, I don't know if I'm going to be doing videos or not, and when Julie comes back, they're probably going to be later in the afternoon videos because of, just trying to be polite and not wake her up. But, we're doing the best we can under the circumstances. And because of the whole situation, I started doing, when I can, basically, which is rare, trying to do some research. And basically, this is almost similar to what Jerry did and got herself upset was, and I wasn't trying to learn the possible life, how long she's going to live type situation. No, I didn't want to do that. I actually wanted to get more information on how to deal with the cancer and what can be done to shorten the duration of having cancer. What kind of home situations I can do with superfoods, or short of basically making my house smell like a don't want to use the word infirmary. I was thinking more of like herbal type brewery. Trying to make teas or foods or whatnot that we can enjoy and still help the medical process of fighting cancer. Excuse me. But I actually have been trying to live or deal day by day, not ignoring the factor of cancer, but not trying to dwell on it so it drags me down into a pit of despair like it did Jerry that Monday. Sorry, don't want to be tearing up, but I am. Anyhow, let's like let that thing lie and just. It's not that I want to be ignorance is bliss, or in denial or anything like that. I just don't want to let it bog me down. But yes, Thursday we had a mini celebration. Jerry got me a birthday card. She's gotten me gifts throughout the whole month because that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to celebrate my, have the month of October be just, celebration after celebration, and trying to get me gifts for every day of every day of the month of October. And I went, you don't have to do that. She's already gotten me a number of different things I wanted between a video game and just little niceties. I really appreciate what Jerry wanted to do, because the fact that she knew she wasn't going to be able to do what I wanted to do. Which, hey, you know what? 50. I'm happy to be here. I mean, I've outlived my father by 4 years. I guess I could say I'm one of the Henson generation that the whole quote unquote family curse jumped over. And what I mean by the family curse is, it seems like every other generation does not live to be past a certain age because of medical conditions. Excuse me. Most of those medical conditions are like diabetes, high blood pressure, heart problems. My Aunt Kay, who was the oldest living member of my dad's generation, the only reason why she survived to be in her 50s, let alone almost her mid-50s thereabouts, was she had triple heart bypass surgeries and, all different kinds of medical procedures to take her going, because that was what was failing, was her heart. And we all believe that the only reason why she survived to be as old as she was is she wanted to be around while my father was here, because they were brother and sister, and they were pretty close. So, and stories I've heard about my Aunt Kay were like, whoa, that was a woman not to deal with, not to piss off. But like my cousin, the first member of my generation, my cousin Matt, he's still traveling the country, doing Renaissance fairs and crafting and teaching people how to do woodwork, teaching people how to make mead. He's a very active gentleman. There's only one person I know of in my generation of Hensons that has any kind of medical conditions, is my one cousin out in Arizona. She's had problems with diabetes and other issues to deal with her heart and blood. So it's like, okay, and she's either 5 or 10 years older than I am. I don't remember exactly, but I'm the youngest of the Hinton. For as I know, let's just put it that way. For as I know, I am the youngest of my generation in the Henson family. So it's, it's been one of those things. But my birthday was, well, I'm happy with it. I'm not going to say anything negative about it, because it was one of those things where it's like, hey, I don't, after we found out about Jerry's condition, I was like, hey, I'm not worried about my birthday anymore. I'm more worried about her condition and taking care of her and dealing with her problems. But my mom, being the generous person she can be, she actually went and got me 3 things off of my Amazon wish list. One of them, because my old unit died, basically, she got me a new TENS unit, which is great because the way my back and legs have been lately, this is something I could really use. And the other thing that she got me, the second thing she got me, I had on my wish list as well because I was interested in trying to see what kind of foods they have. And it's called the Scandi Kitchen, which is basically foods from all over the Nordic, Scandinavian type area. So these are foods that come from like Norway and Denmark and Finland and, you know, places like that. It's a nice kitchen, nice cookbook. I don't know how many recipes are in here, but I was like thumbing through it the other day, and I'm sitting there going, besides some of the beautiful pictures and quotes they have in here from that area, it's pure recipes. There's no like stories or scientific or anything like that. It's just basically talks about the different types of foods and the stuff that they have in their kitchen and different types of basically I'd say about 90% recipes. There's got to be like 170 different types of recipes. Everything from desserts to main dishes to just comfort food to, you know, making your own breads, your own cinnamon twists, your own, you know, waffles and cereals and breakfast items. And they got it separated into like categories: breakfast, lunch, dinner, bakery, breads, sweets. And I'm like, this is great because it talks about the different types of food, the different cheeses, and some of the basic pantry items that most Scandinavians have in their pantry. And I don't have my glasses on to read, but yeah. Scandi pantry, breakfast, open sandwiches, salads, soups, and light dishes, dinner, desserts, bakes, fika, which is there are different types of foods that basically promote happiness, and of course their index. Let's see here. Their pages are not marked out well. There are areas I couldn't even find. And they got some interesting desserts and whatnot in here. Strawberry summer layer cake. Sounds interesting, just that alone. Apple and cloudberry crumble. I don't know exactly what a cloudberry is, but I'll have to figure it out. And then they talk about bakes, which is the different types of breads. All kinds of different types of breads. Gingerbread biscuits. But the real cinnamon bun. I can't even. Norwegian cream bun. That's a beautiful picture of a fishing village of Norway. At least I think it's Norway. Okay. Maybe it's fika? I don't know. But basically the word means meeting up for coffee and something sweet is one of the most important events in Scandinavia. We do this several times a day. It is as much about the coffee and cake as it is about taking time to sit down and have a break and share words and cake with somebody. So basically it's just like, you know, taking a break and enjoying chocolate biscuit slices. Okay. Truffle biscuit slices. These are just the different items for just sitting back, relaxing, and having a snack while talking about the day or the events of the moment. Super easy chocolate oat treats. Nordic oat crisp biscuits. Danish dream cake. And it looks pretty interesting. It looks like an American coffee cake with something else. Like the topping is something different. That's why the topping is made with coconut. Well, if I can use something else besides coconut, because I'm not a coconut fan. But, sorry, I get lost in the book and I'm totally oblivious to things. Sorry. And the third and final thing that my mom got, is a bracelet. Now, when I first got it out of the box, I was like, oh, that's great. It's one of the bracelets I wanted. And, of course, it has the triple triangle etched into it. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to get this? It's too small to go over my hand. While I was looking at it, I was okay, there's a weird notch in the bottom. Now, maybe you can see that, the weird. Well, what it is, it's got a magnet, so you slide it. Now, it just slides in and out of a slot. And then you just slide it back on. I have been wearing it since I got it, which was actually, it was the day after my birthday, so yesterday, the 22nd. I've been wearing it since then. I have not taken it off because one of the biggest reasons I wanted this bracelet wasn't just the fact that it's got a Nordic symbol on it, but it just looked great, you know. Granted, I don't have big wrists like a lot of people, but hey, I enjoyed every present I got and the camaraderie. Of course, I didn't have a traditional birthday cake. My wife and sister-in-law, when they went out shopping for food stuff and whatnot, they bought a pumpkin pie. So that was my birthday cake. Pumpkin pie with my sister-in-law took the number 5 candle and just stuck it in there and then wrote next to it times 10. So it was 5 times 10. I was like, okay, that's great. But it was good. It was an enjoyable birthday. What do we have for dinner that night? Oh, yeah. We had Chinese ordered out for my birthday, which is fine because it's like, hey, this is perfect for me. I mean, it was either order out to some place that can deliver that has been trustworthy, or I would have to go out and get the food myself. And I was like, it's my birthday. I'm not going out to get nothing, you know, because it was either Asiatic food, which most of our Asian places deliver perfectly, or I have to go out to pick up from Colton's or someplace like that. And I'm like, first off, I wasn't really, you know, wanting to, you know, I didn't want to go out and get it. That's the first part. Not because I was lazy, but because it was pretty rough at work. We did let's just say we did twice as much as normal. So I had Chinese food for dinner on my birthday, which perfect for me. Last couple days have been interesting. Jay has been doing a lot on her own because of the new rollator she has. which I keep on forgetting to get pictures of. But she's able to basically, what did she say she did yesterday? Oh, she came in the kitchen yesterday while I was at work and used her rollator. She sat on it while moving around. She was able to straighten some of the kitchen drawers and a few other things in the kitchen, which I was like, oh, that's great. You know, she's able to use her rollator to either use it like a walker or to use it like a, I guess you can say you can use it as a wheelchair. But it's kind of funny because ever since one of us talked on our channel about her rollator and her ambulating around the house and things of that nature, we've been getting a lot of different, I don't want to call it trash mail, but it's unwarranted or we did not go online to get catalogs for electric scooters or electric wheelchairs or things of that nature and a bunch of other stuff. Somebody has taken it upon themselves to order it or have, basically took the Jerry's name and address and jumped online and started filling out applications or information for various things. Some of it was like, oh, interesting. But we knew automatically we didn't do it just because of the name, how the name appeared on the shipping or the address label. And, well, for the most part, nothing harmful. I mean, it's just like, I don't know if the person's joking or trying to assist us by having mail sent to us about, things that could benefit Jerry. Put it that way. And I'm just kind of like, okay, at least it's not anything spiteful or anything like that. Because when I first looked at some of the mail, I was just kind of like, why are we getting this? And then, looking at the mail more in depth instead of just saying, okay, somehow we're getting on some sort of mailing list for medical, everything from scooters and electric wheelchairs or whatever you want to call them, to just like cancer relief or cancer support groups or things of that nature. And it's like, okay, well, somebody's trying to be helpful. So it's kind of like one of those, is it annoying or is it helpful? Or is it annoyingly helpful? I don't know. But because I'm pretty sure if anybody's seen any of Jerry's videos from the last 2 or 3 days, you'll notice that she has a black and blue marking here, and then on her chest she has another black and blue. That's from the installment of the port that she has now. And that port basically is to make it easier on Jerry and the doctors to be able to inject her with her medications that she has to have injected every so often. She has one medication that's once a month and another medication that's every other week that she has to go for. It's part of her chemo treatment. That, in fact, according to what she told me, which I was kind of like, huh? They're able to draw blood from the port, and I'm like, okay, I didn't think you can do that. I thought that was a one-way port. I'm baffled by some of it. It's medical information or medical uh, uh, medical treats. No, I can do medical science or whatever you want to call it. But it was interesting how she was telling me about what they had to do and whatnot. And I'm like, I hope you were like, sedated for them to do that, because otherwise I would be like screaming in pain. Because the neck thingy was something that helped them guide the implantment of the port. So I'm kind of like, oh, okay. Because she was trying to explain to me what they told her, how they were going to do this. And I just kind of went, they'd be doing that to me. I'd be like, you better be knocking me out, because I can't keep still when I'm awake. That's for the most part. But it is, well, I don't want to say it is what it is, but it's just, to me, it's baffling. And I'm not a medical geek or anything like that like she is. I'm more of a outdoor nature travel type person. Even though I haven't gotten outdoors or done anything in nature in a long time due to, well, in New York, it's like, oh, I want to go out and enjoy nature. Sure, which park? I'm like, no. Woods, no noise, no other people. Just I want to go out someplace secluded in the woods to just enjoy some serenity. That was impossible, because that would be like a 2+ hour drive north. Here in Missouri, I haven't taken the time because I've been too busy with, work, taking care of the house, taking care of Jerry, taking care of this, even before Jerry got her knee problem. I'm just hoping that hopefully soon, and I don't mean like tomorrow, I mean like within the next couple of years, we hopefully beat this thing and we can go out and do whatever we want on weekends or anytime we choose to. Of course, one of the things that, I don't know if I want to say irritates, but one of the things that's been bothering me lately is her whole, and I'm pretty sure it's because she's not doing the St. John's wort anymore. According to the doctors, she can't with the chemo, but she gets these moments where she gets so, I don't know if I want to say negatively worked up or what, but she gets so worked up that she's so worried that she's not going to live more than whatever the statistics say that she could. I think she said 3 years or something like that. And I'm like, no, it's going to be longer than that. And no, we're going to beat this shit. But she gets her moments. But anyhow, being today is Saturday, and I have a few things that I want to try to do today, but one of the things that Jerry said last night that she wanted to work on was the finishing up in the bedroom, finish cleaning it up and straightening it up. And I'm like, I thought it was done. I just know there's a few things in there that need to come out, like her old, the smaller of the two commodes that she has, because it was starting to hurt her hips. And now that we've rearranged the bedroom, she's got room for it, for the bigger, more robust commode. Luckily, she doesn't use it that often. Maybe once or twice in the middle of the night. Like, she'll wake up with that urge that urgent feeling that if she tries to make it through the bathroom, she won't type deal. Which I don't know if that's because of the cancer or what the deal is. I just thankful that it's not, every day, every time she has to go. Of course, I've been trying to, both me and Julie have been trying to coax her to get to the bathroom anytime she thinks or feels that she can make it to the bathroom. That in fact are some of the paperwork and information I read. And we don't do it all the time because Jerry doesn't want to wake me up in the middle of the night to empty her commode. But according to the information I read, because of the chemo pill, that if she is using a commode, it has to be dumped after every usage and cleaned. I or whomever is dumping it has to wear gloves because the chemo medicine comes out via the bladder. So basically it could be considered toxic. I don't know. I'm no chemist or scientist or doctor or anything like that, but I am just reading this information going, oh, okay. But I was so happy when she told me yesterday when I came home that she emptied her own commode, and I was like, did you use gloves? Did you do this? Did you do that? She's like, no, why? And I'm like, well, this is what I read. And she was like, oh, okay. But like I said, she, without coaxing, without any issues, she comes out, sits on the couch, sits at the dining room table when we eat together, trying to do what she can. Because, I'm sorry, short of basically her legs basically failing her or something like that, there's no stopping her from doing stuff when she wants to, because she wants to be so independent, but she wants to also be so needy, which, that's my take. I mean, that's my opinion. It might not be the truth, but it's it's what I see. And I'm proud that she's trying to be independent. I'm proud that she's trying to do her own thing. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, she hurts herself or does something wrong and causes everything to get pushed back for who knows how long. I'm not going to be the only one who's going to get upset. I know Jerry's going to get upset at herself. Julie's going to get upset at her for not taking it easy. I'm going to get upset because, I understand you want to be independent and whatnot, but I don't want you to hurt yourself. So, oh, she got a care package not too long ago. It was on her video. A friend or subscriber of hers sent her what they call crafting kit in a box, and it was like a bunch of different crafting things with suggestions and ideas and whatnot on how to make the different crafts. And at first I was kind of like, oh man, where am I going to put this? I can't even get in. And once Jerry explained to me, no, this is supposed to be something I can do at the dining room table, or not dining room, the kitchen table, or in bed, or whatever. I'm like, okay. She was at one point in time before she got the craft room set up way back when, doing crafts at the dining room table. So I was like, no, okay. As long as you can pick it up and move it out of the way for everybody to eat, I ain't worried about it. Same thing with her trying to do it in bed. She wants to do it in bed or sitting in her chair in the bedroom. That's fine. You know, as long as you can keep it cleaned and I don't roll over in the middle of the night and stick myself with a needle, I don't care. In fact, it's not that I don't care, like I'm being mean or anything like that, but it's one of those like, hey, it's great that somebody sent you something so you can do something while not being able to get into the craft room. But at the same time, I'm more concerned about cleanups, easy cleanups, not misplacing anything, losing something in the bed, things like that. Otherwise, I'm like, hey, yeah, craft away, please, please, craft away. I mean, you enjoy it. It makes you happy. So, that's why I'm hoping maybe not this weekend, maybe not next weekend, but sometime within the next week, 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe shortly after Julie gets back, we can start dealing with that craft room. I know Julie's been helping Jerry with cleaning up the living room, the kitchen, our room. Julie's helped us get rid of so much extra stuff that it's like mind-boggling. It's like, okay, so Jerry will listen to her older sister, who one knows her shit and won't put up with it. Excuse my language. And like me, I'm trying to decipher, is this a con, or is this just her being lazy, or she's holding on to stuff that has no purpose. I can understand wanting to hold on to stuff that has meaning, because I've either held on to stuff or repurchased stuff that got lost or stolen, or, well, not stolen, but more like lost or damaged in Hurricane Sandy. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I understand what it means, what she's going through when it comes to holding on to stuff. I've got tools that were my dad's, plus other tools that were either purchased by me or accumulated over the years. There's some of the stuff in there, I'm like, I don't use it, but I never know when I need it, type thing. But as a tool, not a decorative piece or tchotchke or whatnot. But Julie kind of pulled out all the stops, So, but anyhow, I am 42 minutes into this video, and I've been rambling for most of it. Just sometimes when you haven't done a video, that it's not only therapeutic, but it's one of those things that gets things out of your system, and you haven't done it in such a long time. It's all coming out at once. I can't help it. Type situation. But anyhow, I thank you guys for listening to my videos. But it's going. I can't say if it's rough or not right now, but it's going. And that's all I can be happy for, is that we're still moving forward. But anyhow, you guys know what to do. Thumbs up, thumbs down, question, comment, whatever. If you enjoy the videos, or you're interested in what's going on, you can do the subscription thing or not. It's up to you guys. But until next time, enjoy your weekend. Have a good day. Bye.